The king of French cooking, Gabriel Gaté, is here. You are truly the king of French cooking in Australia.
Well, if I am the king, you have got to be the princess.
Oh, well, merci. That's
Your
very
Highness.
kind of you. See, I'm blushing here because I just love cooking with Gabriel Gaté. And you're going to be cooking a delicious lamb dish for us
Yes,
today.
it's lamb is always delicious in Australia. In this part of the world, the lamb is first class. It's probably for a special occasion because it's a rack of lamb.
Yes.
And it is not, cheap meat.
No.
But it's very easy to cook and it's very tasty, and that dish is very simple.
Fantastic. Well, we're spoilt today.
Yes.
And we're going to make a lovely crust for the lamb.
We are going to make a lovely crust. So we have got 2 racks of lamb here.
Yes.
We have trimmed it. And for the crust, I am going to add a little bit of mustard in a bowl.
Dijon mustard.
Dijon mustard, or you can have as hot or
hot
as
English.
mild as you want, okay? Basically, there is lots of flexibility in this dish. It's a seasoning that we are going to put on top. You know, you don't really have to measure at home for that one, as long as you get a texture that you'll be able to push on the meat.
Okay.
We need some herbs.
Yes. And so the breadcrumbs, they're fresh breadcrumbs.
Fresh breadcrumbs,
Yes.
or you can really use what you want.
You could
okay?
probably use some dried
Yes.
panko crumbs or fine, but
Of course.
I've always got, like you, being French, there's always bread in the house.
Yes,
A
yeah.
little bit of leftover bread's fantastic to use to
Yeah.
make breadcrumbs. And I also, I don't know about you, but I freeze my breadcrumbs. So I blend it all up, freeze
Yes, yeah.
it. And I know there's a bit of moisture there, but once you bring it out of the freezer,
Yeah.
dry it out slightly, fantastic to
That's
use.
great,
Yeah.
It always adds a little touch.
Yes.
So I've got a little bit of rosemary, a bit of lemon thyme or normal thyme, or you can have some basil, you can have some tarragon, and you cut it finely like that. You know, you don't need to overdo it.
Oh, lemon thyme, isn't it just stunning?
Oh, no. I love, in my garden, I've got lemon thyme and
Yeah.
I've got rosemary.
Oh, fantastic.
And parsley, of course, because it's so easy. I need 1 clove of garlic.
Oui. So clove of garlic.
Yeah.
We'll finely mince that in there. And look, we're using the rosemary and the lemon thyme because fantastic with lamb.
Yeah,
Those
it
hard
is,
herbs.
You know, like a leg of lamb, chop rosemary on top of it, and
Yeah.
and then we are going to add some olive oil to that to mix it into a paste like Play-Doh.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want it to be crumbling over the
Yes,
meat. It
yeah.
needs to almost be like a sheet. So
That's exactly
as long
right.
as it's a bit sticky.
And the bread is softening every second. You must have become an expert in Play-Doh now that you are a mom.
Oh, I know all about Play-Doh. I've started to make my own Play-Doh now too.
It's good. I have made it quite a number of times too.
You can imagine with your children when they were younger and your grandchildren
It's
now.
the grandkids. And then what you do, you put it like that on the lamb. It doesn't need to be perfect.
Yeah, this is something you would get in, a restaurant and
Yeah.
pay top dollar for it.
I
But
know. It
now
is
you get to see how to
so
make it at home.
simple to do, and it smells good.
Yeah. And if you've got a dinner party, Gabriel, you could probably do this in the morning.
Completely.
Put the lamb into the fridge so it's ready to go. In actual fact, it'll firm up nicely.
Yes, yeah.
And then cook it.
And when you carve it, it's going to be absolutely lovely. So the next stage is simply to put it in the oven, preheated 200, 220 degrees. It's pretty hot for about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how you like it. So while the lamb is cooking, you make a pistounade. You all know pesto, which is a black olive paste. Pistounade is a blend between pesto and tapenade. So, but it is made with green olives that you put in a blender. Okay.
Fantastic.
Quite a fair bit. We are going to make more than what we need, but you can keep it in your fridge for the next few weeks.
That's a great tip, a little jar.
Yes.
And you could put this on toast, in a soup.
Completely in a soup with roast chicken. Some pine nuts that you have roasted. Some garlic, of course. Some garlic, because you need that lift. It is a dish from Provence that we are doing today. And so 2 or 3 cloves, cloves you can adjust to your taste. And I need some basil. You make sure it is, in good condition. The leaves one by one, like that. We worry about putting what you call the stalks, but the stalks have got flavors and texture too. You know, it's part of the same.
And a little bit of the tender stalk is okay. You don't want to be putting the end bits
No,
in
that's
there.
right. It cannot be woody. Don't put salt with this one because the olives are salty. A little bit of cayenne pepper or espelette or chili.
Oh, espelette.
Do you know espelette?
I do, and thanks to you, I actually went to Espelette last year in the southwest of France.
In the Basque region. It's a village.
Basque.
It's one of the most atmospheric villages in France. And we need to put a little bit of olive oil.
Olive oil. Any pepper? It doesn't need it because we've got the cayenne.
We have the cayenne, but you know, a little bit of pepper. I think it gives a different dimension to the seasoning.
A little pepper.
So it's called pistounade.
I like that. The mixture of those names, very good.
And then you blend.
Blend away.
This is really good because it's the texture of the pinenuts, the texture of the basil, the flavor of the olive oil.
A little taste?
Yeah, a little taste you're going to see.
It certainly is a taste of France, isn't it? Down south.
Yeah, and you will see that it's garlicky, but not over the top.
Okay, I'll put it in the jar so we're ready to go.
Yeah.
Gabriel, this just looks perfect.
Yes, I think it's important not to overcook it.
Yes.
We have rested it.
Yes.
The resting is important to keep it tender. And then you carve it, okay? And I think, you know, it's very tender. Look at this.
Perfect.
And you don't always have to carve it with a bone, depending on the way you like it. But look at this. This is just
It is
perfect.
cooked to perfection.
Yeah, it is very good. And, you know, the thing is to be relaxed. The pistounade.
Pistounade.
Remember, it is super delicious, super tasty. It is a little bit salty, so you know, like 2 teaspoons, something like that, in the middle like that.
Yes.
A little bit of watercress because I think it is the herb that goes best with roast meat.
Yes,
it is peppery, it is delicious, and just a drizzle of olive oil on the lamb. And if you wanted to, a little bit of black pepper over the top like that.
Little pepper.
Ah, look at this, the touch that you have, Justine. You do it so well. And
Gabriel.
simple, but so delicious.
It really is. Shall we have a taste?
We should have a taste, definitely. It's very appetizing, and you know that because we rested it. Look at that pink color. It is so good, so good.
You couldn't have cooked it better than what it is.
And if you like it a bit more cooked, of course, a few more minutes, rest it a bit longer, and
It's stunning. And that pistounade with it, you know, lamb is just such a luxury. It's juicy with that crispy texture of the crunch. Fantastic.
it's a taste of Provence.
It is certainly a taste of Provence. Gabriel, merci.
Je vous en prie.